far in their bracket. What are you expecting going into the match?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, a couple things when a team upsets 3 teams, you would maybe think there'd be a letdown or I'm so happy I made it to the semifinals. Let's just call it a good day. But that's not what they did. They were just came out super aggressive with a lot of confidence. They played really well, and Jessie and I really had to kind of dig deep in that second game to finish it off. Kudos to them. They played great.
Yeah. And did either of you watch any of their matches prior? Get a little bit of a glimpse?
Oh, absolutely. I watched the match right before when they played against Andrea and Dylan. I kind of watched it, and I came back to Riley with a couple bullet points. And I think, again, I've said it before, I think for me personally, having a game plan, kind of knowing where to hit the ball, stuff like that, really helps me because, again, it keeps me focused. I like having the structure and the game plan. So I think we had a solid one going into that match. They played well. I knew they would. There's a reason that they were in the semis. But yeah, I think, I definitely watched them, saw, their strengths and weaknesses, kind of figured out where we should go to and stuff like that. And it worked out.
Pickleball's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
So, when do those game plans actually work?
I think for the most part, look, in pickleball, a lot of players have tendencies and patterns, and they kind of stick to what they're very good at. They rarely go out of their comfort zone. So I think once we figured that out, sure, you're going to have to make a couple changes here and there, but for the most part, I think we were doing the right things. Whether we won the point or not, it's not because it wasn't the right thing, it was just we didn't execute it. But yeah, I think it was solid. It was a solid game. Look, they're a great team. Again, as I said out there, Gabe just keeps getting better every time I see him. Him and Hayden, they're young. They have such flexible wrists. It's hard to read the ball. So it was a good match.
And I'll open this question up to both of you. So you guys won 15-13 in game 2 and really pushed both of them. Did you think there was a chance to go into a game 3? If so, what was going to be the plan going into that?
Jessie and I called a timeout. We were down 11-12 in the second game, and we just came back focused. I think sometimes when you haven't scored in a little bit, we kind of got in a little rut where we just weren't flowing well. So it's rare to see teams take an offensive timeout, but we needed to just to kind of resettle. I was getting a little amped up, so Jessie was a good partner there. Just kind of told me to relax, get back to the game plan, and we definitely did not want to go 3. It's a long day. It's so hot and humid here, so it was good that we just came out. We were focused and got the job done.
Yeah. And I'll open this up to both of you too. So how familiar are you with the sports betting culture, and what do you think it will do for the sport?
I myself am not much of a sports betting person. The only kind of gambling I like to do is playing craps. So that's about it. I just like rolling dice. But I'm sure, look, all the other sports have it, so obviously it's the next thing for pickleball, and it will make pickleball more popular because a lot of people do like betting, and they'll bet on anything, so it's just more eyeballs on the sport, which I think is what we need to grow it. Yeah, but I mean, for me, I'm just going to keep playing just because I don't bet, so it's not going to really affect me much, but yeah, it's exciting. Again, always seeing these kind of things added to the sport, it just means it's getting bigger, and that's exactly what we want for pickleball.
And I will just say one thing. People on Instagram, stop DMing me. I am not going to forfeit matches. I'm not going to throw matches.
Oh no, that's already happening.
So I'm going to play the right way. I'm going to play honest, truthful. I'm not going to throw matches. So Instagram people, stop DMing me. I'm not going to throw matches. We're going to play the right way.
I know it happened in tennis,
Yeah.
And it's tough to turn that down, especially if it's a lot of money. So it's now you have to turn off your DMs. You just got to silence them, not even look at it, don't even open it. Just.
But it's good for the sport. I'm happy for it. It's great.
Yeah, it's almost interesting to look at that. Annalise kind of said the same thing.
It's tough.
How are you going to deal with the pressure?
Right.
When you lose and someone's pissed off and they lost a bunch of money. So it's what are you guys going to do with it?
I mean, that part is tough, especially since I think the players are so easily accessible. At a certain point, depending on which fans lose how much money, we might need to have a little bit more safety because that could come into consideration just because, again, people losing money, they're not the happiest. So, and again, we are very close to the fans. I mean, that makes pickleball great. But as the sport grows, like all other sports, there is kind of that safety and the security that, the players have. So I'm sure that will be added as well eventually, especially now that there's betting.
That's it. Yeah, thank you.
And last question for you, Jessie. So we haven't seen you in a final in a bit. how good does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's amazing. Of course, I love Championship Sundays, so it's happy to be back. You know, I'm always working hard. You know, just trying to improve my game and get better. And I always go out there and fight. So you know, some days it doesn't go my way, and today it did. So I'm happy to have Riley as a partner. We had our chances last weekend at TOC. We didn't quite make it, but now we're here and happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.